What's up, YouTube? So, as you can see, we have fallen back in time again. Boom, this is really cool, isn't this? Yeah, so while we wait for the water pump to come in, which just came in, we have extra time on our hands. We have other stuff to do. So we're going to introduce the cooling system. So as you know, the cooling system, radiator, thermostats, all that stuff. We're going to be doing something special. As you can see, they're already chopped and they're ready for our nice 16 AN fittings. Yes, we're going to be running braided AN lines all throughout the engine bay. I'm going braided AN crazy. Honestly, you guys should see the brake lines too, those guys. So nice and braided too. Like guys, I've never seen anything bigger than a 12 AN. Like this thing is huge. Like look at the size of my dirty hand. Look at this thing. This thing is huge. You already got the braided lines inside the house, but these things are just amazing. So two things we had to do. First, had to cut like a little slight 30-degree angle on this one because with the fitting screwed on, it was coming in contact with the block. And on this one, we had to cut a nice 45 because, as you guys may know, I put a picture up on the screen, but the firewall is here from the car and there's no way to get a fitting onto there. So if anything, I'll probably shorten it some more and get it banged. But no, honestly, I think this is perfect. So I take this to Raymond, let him get that tigged up. And I'm pretty sure I showed you guys the radiator I had a long time ago. But yeah, we have Mishimoto style radiator made for a, let's just go show you. But yeah, we have a nice Mishimoto style radiator. Well, not style, just Mishimoto radiator. Bought this a long time ago. Just been sitting around, waiting around for the right moment. You can see we made this little custom shroud. I'll probably take this to him. So it's kind of sloppy, but whatever. Yeah, so we're gonna be welding on 16 AN fittings to the top and bottom of these to further adapt our cooling system. This thing wants to come off. Okay, so yeah, it's perfect for the 16 AN fit bung really nicely. So let's go ahead and take these two things to him and just get them welded. All right, let's grab these and let's go. We got the best ride to go to Raymond's this time. That was a nice ride. Raymond, here we come. So let's take our nice, beautifully welded fittings and our brand new Mishimoto colder, one-step colder thermostat. Install these things and let's take it outside. And here we are, fast forward in time. Just want you guys to admire this fitment. Like there's about 2 fingernails of space in between. This is just amazing. We just made it, right? So let's go ahead and pop out all the fittings and 16 AN hoses, and this thing's about to get expensive real quick. Right, so it looks like a normal water pump box, right? But it's full of 16 AN fittings. This thing is just, this box alone is probably a couple $100, honestly. Like I said, it's gonna get expensive real quick. Look how massive this fitting is compared to the fittings in the last video. Hold on. I'm gonna have to give you guys a short comparison. For those of you that don't know how big a 16 AN fitting is. This is a 6 AN. Wow. Right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Obviously, we know we want a 90 here. Bring all the hosing here. Probably do another 90 here, and send it straight into those two ports. So should be easy. Alright, good amount of time has passed. I'm trying to like route all of the fittings the way I see how they should go. So we got a 90 there. Might put a 90 on that one. Also have this contraption here. You can see it's a T, 16 AN, 16 AN, 16 AN, and then we have a 16 AN to 10 AN. So basically, if you guys know the setup on what I'm trying to do here, there's no reservoir for the coolant, and I'm not putting it over here because if I put it over here, it's like if I was to weld on a filler neck, it's kind of hard to explain. If I was to weld on a filler neck onto the Mishimoto radiator, it's not at the highest point. As you can see, the thermostat housing would be the highest point. So we are going to make a custom oil catch can slash reservoir, coolant reservoir, in this area here. So from there, the reservoir will have a 10 AN and go straight down to this 10 AN. And I'm thinking about mounting it right about here. So the way radiators work, the lower side is the cold, and the hot side is the top side. So all the hot water come from this one, go around, fall in. I don't know, this is probably like a dual pass or whatever. And as it cools down, comes out of down. This is the cool side, comes around straight through here. And then this 10 AN port would be like the overflow. Not really overflow, but like how you be able to put more in, because you don't want to put it on the hot side. You know, I guess it doesn't make sense much, but yeah, so it'll be right here in this area. Run a 10 AN fitting down right into the cold side, and it should be mounted right about here. Really, I want to keep the straights because I have a whole bunch of straights in this area, so I want to use those up. And I don't want to mount it too close this way, because then 16 AN holes will have to bend around. So about this area would be perfect, honestly. So I'm thinking about making an L bracket, hook it onto here, and then screwing this 16 AN to 10 AN fitting down on it. I think that would be cool. That way, it's just the overflow that would spill if if something needs to be changed. So yeah, that's my thought process, honestly. I've been going back and forth for like 30 minutes now, really, just staring and placing fittings. So let's go ahead, make this bracket, mount this up, and then we're gonna start to run our 16 AN lines. Alright, cool. Brackets made. Already missing those days when the engine wasn't in. But it's alright. Struggle for a little bit. Have success in the long run. Cool. So now let's bring out the 16 AN line and start running it from here to here. I'm not worried about it being too wobbly, because once the lines are made, it wouldn't swivel anymore. Really, everything would be tight. Then we're going to continue from there, go straight to here. Alright guys, with 16AN fittings become 16AN lines. Look how big these lines are. This might be hard to screw back in. Alright, she is nicely on there. A bit weird of an angle that I would like, but the sensor is kind of in the way. But not bad, not bad. So we're gonna go ahead and screw on our bleeder hose onto this nipple right here. And now we can get our fitting with our adapter. We should be able to screw right on. We're gonna send it straight over here and do a little extra something in this area. Let's grab this fitting right here. Unfortunately, we couldn't use the black hose, just slightly too small. So we have this extra stainless steel braided one. Not bad. This thing is silver anything in it. This thing is silver anyway. I think it completes the look. So, all right, let's get another 16AN male to 16AN male, and then straight up. Gonna keep it more or less level with the probably drop it down and then come around under the intercooler piping and straight in. Put this clip after. Alright, so we made this little run here, and this is one's gonna be a tight one, so we're gonna have to make this run super straight so it's just parallel with this one. And the reason why is because we got this new product right here. So we got this product from Killer Glass, I believe. And oh wow, oh that's nice. It's not nice. Puts a smile on your face. All right, so this, if you guys heard what the title was, this is from Killer Glass. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need 2 hands to open this. All right, so I ordered this product probably 3 months ago, and I haven't looked at it. And wow, this thing is amazing. So I believe this is like some kind of tempered glass that everybody, this is like, I've seen like a bunch of people with this already. This actually looks really nice. This is like tempered glass. I'll put the specs up on the screen, but people are using these for coolant. And basically Killer Glass is a SoCal company that's actually supplying everybody with this. This thing is supposed to be super durable. On their website they have a video of, I guess, a F-150 running it over, and I still haven't cracked. But this thing is actually pretty cool. So this is going to, I guess, pizzazz up the build, as if the build didn't need any more pizzazzing up. But I think this would be a nice little touch. I like the whole branding on it, Killer Glass. So yes, company from SoCal, but it's family owned. Look at that, that was pretty nice. I'll put the specs up on the screen of the size and diameter and all the other stuff. But yeah, this is the reason why we have to make this thing perfectly straight, because this glass doesn't bend. Wow, this thing looks amazing in the outside light. So it's basically gonna go right here, straight down. That's why that 90 has to be perfect, because I don't want any kinking in this line. So this should be cool. Let's get started, really. Alright, so finally I get to pop the top off of this one. Ooh, this thing fits nice. Well, a little tight, but the sizing could be adjusted. Alright, so now this thing is actually super cool. I really like how this fits up. Everything is like press fitted on. It's actually super tight. I don't know if I should put clamps on it. I guess if it starts to leak, but just like the way I spec'd out this little holes here, it's like shoves in like really super hard. So now that we have our measurements, we can definitely cut this down to size. Actually, this might be the right size. I think I cut it right the first time. I want to make this as super straight as possible, so probably need to trim off a little bit more. Well, other than that, this is basically almost done. This is amazing. I really like the way that looks. Super hyped. This is the last bit of AN fitting that I have to make. The 16 AN lines are killer. Alright, last one. Came out nicely. A little scratched, but good luck trying to not scratch these 16 AN fittings. Finally, the cooling system is complete. I just hope that all my fittings are super tight, especially those back there. Those are not the easiest to get to. So, I guess the last thing to do is flow coolant through it and see if everything is tight enough and everything doesn't leak. This thing is really dusty, guys. I'm sorry. This car lives outside primarily. Alright, so we have it filled with some coolant now. We have a slight leak, and I don't think, let's see. These are 16 AN fittings, so I don't think you need to put an O-ring in between the bung and the fitting, because it's, you know, it's all 16 AN lines. The only thing you need to put an O-ring on is for the ORBs, but we have a small little leak right there. And I already diagnosed it, changed that fitting. This is a brand new fitting, just replaced it really quickly, but it's still leaking. So maybe I will put a rubber gasket. You guys can see a little puddle down there. Interesting, really interesting. But yeah, you see it, just a little drip. It's a slow leak, but that means when the car starts, it's gonna be a crazy leak. So there's no pressure, it's just air pressure. Oh yeah, and this thing is just amazing. This thing pushes all the coolant straight down, straight into up the radiator and down into this reservoir. This thing is cool. This little glass tube here. So that's actually really cool. A bit of a headache to get back in here again. You can see it's starting to drip a lot faster now because I took the cap off. And that unpressurizes it. Well, I guess pressurizes it. Let's basically let the gravity in, so you can see that because it's leaking from there, the coolant went up. That's really cool. This is a really efficient little thing I made here, and the little arch sloping in it, it's just the right amount to get it straight to fill up everything. So I'm gonna have to take that fitting off for the third time, and I guess put a little rubber ring in between. But it's a 16 AN fitting, you're not supposed to put rubber rings, but we're gonna try it. All right, hopefully third time's a charm. We have this filled up again, waiting for it to trickle down over there. And we'll be able to see if we have another leak in that corner right there. Hopefully not. We got no leaks in the cooling system, and this pipe looks just amazing. It's fully green. Coolant was definitely flowing from that long period of time. No leaks. I'm actually pretty happy. No leaks. So that's about that. What do you guys think?
It's trash.
Trash? All right. What do you think?
It's solid.
So solid trash. Okay.
I'm just
What do you think? What do you think?
It's solid trash.
Like I said last time, you taking the gavel.
Oh, okay.
Nah, you crazy. I'm just playing with you. We can't wait to get this thing out.
What? Man.
Oh,
I'm gonna be the
man.
biggest cheerleader, I promise you.
Listen,
right,
we're all
guys.
proud of you.
It's a fact.
All proud of you.
Oh, yeah? Proud of me?
Yes.
I did nothing.
Literally did nothing.
All right, guys. But comment, rate, and subscribe. Forget, never stop modifying.